Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dumbusters Taste Challenge. I have two 40% alcohol. Oh, sorry, I gotta adjust that. Two mezcals. They're both your mezcals, and I'm going to show you what they are, but I'm going to make that adjustment right now. 40.5% alcohol and 40%. Sorry about that delay there. 40%. Close, but not the same. Okay, so this is Xicaru Silver Maguey Espadin. So this is Espadin Agave Mezcal. It was introduced in 2013. It's double distilled. They use a tejon to mash it, Tejona mash. Conical stone ovens, as typical for mezcal, and naturally fermented. And it's 40.5% alcohol. All right. And this is made by Xicaru, an independent company. Now, aren't too many of those left. Most of them are either straight up bought out, Casa Xipe. Either they're bought out or they're under the effective control of a big company because they make agreements with them for distribution and importing and to get their product on the market. Casa, the actual name is Casa Xipe. Okay. And you'll see the man's face, the guy that started. Okay, and now here is Luminar, introduced 3 years later, 2016. It's straight up 40% alcohol, the typical level, and it is produced by Kimo Sabe, a man and woman team, husband and wife team, it appears. Americans that started a distillery down in Mexico years ago. This is produced by Kimo Sabe for Total Wine and More stores, okay? Luminar to illuminate, and they show an illuminated agave plant. I guess if the moon was shining on it at night down in Mexico. See if it focuses. This is an odd one because it is made with, there it goes, it focused. It's made with tequilana agave, which is blue Weber agave used for tequila. So I don't know what the reasoning was to differentiate, make it different. It has a rubber cap too, rubber stopper. But they did it, I guess, to make it different. They don't explain it on the Total Wine website. They just saying that's what it is. So gets poor scores. They only give it a 62. The reviewers, I gave it probably the highest score of all because I thought it had a good flavor, but people's complaint, and it's legitimate, was that no, it shouldn't be tasting like tequila. It should be smoky like a mezcal usually is. So it follows the regulations, but it maybe not follow. It might follow the letter of the law, but perhaps not the spirit of the law. But that's what it is. It's unique, but maybe in a way that doesn't appeal to too many people. All right. The Xicaru is more standard. We're going to look at the, and I bought both of these at Total Wine and More because that's where I buy a lot of mezcal because they have a lot of mezcal to sell, right? They got a lot of good offerings, and plus they usually have the best price from around here. Now, I did find Sombra at Walmart for $15. That's the $39.99 product, but that was a closeout. Walmart got out of the mezcal game. They don't sell any mezcal now. If you type in mezcal at Walmart.com, it'll say, no results. All right. Guess the sales weren't so good. Burley Sullivan says, good morning to you. Alex says, good morning, Jay. Good morning to you, Alex. So here we go. Screen share. There's not much to show here. They're both clear. So appearance won't matter. I've got to have tags here. Some of these products, one will be really dark and one will be light. So you don't really need tags. You just have to close your eyes. because you don't want to, glance down and see it. But here's the screen share. I like this new feature that they've had for about a year now on Google Hangouts. Xicaru Silver Mezcal, or Fernando Santibanez's desire to share professionally produced mezcal that is approachable and distinct. So they're saying it's distinct. I don't know about that, but it's approachable. In other words, it's not going to turn too many people up with exotic and extreme flavors. Using his grandmother's recipe, we make small batches of Xicaru mezcal honored methods at a Palenque in Matatlan, Oaxaca. Palenque distillery, mezcaleria. This mezcal showcases the 100% maguey Espadin from which it is made. Its natural smoky flavor is derived by cooking the maguey in a conical stone oven on mesquite and ocote wood. So they use mesquite wood and ocote wood. I'm familiar with the second wood. Native to Oaxaca. So they're showing the man, showing the fields, showing them throwing their tejones in, and then they'll cover them with hot coals, let them roast for however many days. Double distillation, 81 proof. They ferment it in a pine vat. Pine, now isn't that interesting? I wonder what, if that gives it some kind of turpentine-like flavor. Natural fermentation, so they don't add stuff to speed it up. They use a big wooden wheel to crush it all. All right. A tinge of smoke, they're saying, and then there's detailed tasting notes if you click here. So you can look this up, if you feel like it later, if you have time. Interest, even. Here's the Luminar. All right, see, that's the bottle I've got. And it says 1 liter, this bottle. Oh, no, never mind. That's just a design. That's $7.50. $29.99. Let's see. Now, they got some that are really pricey, man. Really pricey. Well, other prices. Forget the 375. I never buy a 375 milliliter. You get much less per ounce. So I would not recommend doing that. Even if you just want to taste it, you're just throwing money away, in my opinion. El Silencio, $28.99. I paid I paid that price. And then Mathern's last month had it for $12.50. Can you believe that? $12.50. Where they got that, I'll never know. But missed out on that one. Can't hit all, Xicaru, $28.99. Yeah, it was $1 less. I remember that. 400 Conejos, $29.99. That price hasn't changed in 2 years. And but Mathern's had it for $26.99, which was awesome. That's where I bought it. Oyo de Tigre, Tiger's Eye. Eye of the Tiger. Tiger Eye Mezcal, $29.99. I bought that like 2 weeks ago. I haven't tried it yet, obviously, but next year, plan to bring it in. Las Tonas, $29.99. So you can get so many below $30. Now, then they start to climb. You see, I bought the Union, but I got it cheaper than that. I bought it somewhere else. It was $28.99. Then there's a repos. And then you see the price just keeps going higher. But that's for any liquor. You look up any liquor at any liquor store website, it's going to do that, right? And it's kind of common sense. Going to start low and go very high. And some of them don't even start that low. Mezcal is not that low. You can find bourbons for $12.99, you see, or $11.99. Yeah, Jim Beam. They got Jim Beam bourbon, regular bottle now. Regular bottle. $11.99 at Total Wine and More. You won't find it any cheaper around here. Mathern's had it for $9.98. That was a one-time thing, I can get Evan Williams still for $9.98 for 750 milliliters. The Evan Williams 80 proof. They call it the green label, which they don't even list on their website, believe it or not. They don't even bother listing it. They don't want you to know about it, apparently. Maybe they're ashamed of it. It's only aged 3 years, but it's good. It's good. But that's what I'm saying. Like rum, bourbon, American blended whiskey, sometimes you can find less than $10. But mezcal, they start at less than 30. So that their price point starts at what American premium bourbons will run around. Good morning, Jay. Sounds good. Jay is a liquor scholar. I try to be. Also a good historian. I try to be. Well, that's what's interesting about these things, really more than just drinking stuff. I don't care about that. And then some people got the channel all mixed up. They're like, oh, you just want to drink all the time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, that's really not. It's just I'm interested in the brands, like the history of the brand, or like the industry, what's happening in the industry and all of that kind of stuff. And it's fun to read about them and everything. To me, you might find it dull, boring, whatever. Well, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with drinking per se, but it can become, a negative thing, which I don't have to explain that to you all because you know that already. All right. I have them well mixed because I was mixing them. You could probably hear the glasses sliding on the desk the whole time. It's a leather top desk, old 1940s or 50s office desk. It's really old, but and really in good shape. Somebody painted it black, but I think the original color was that, that olive green that these desks are always. It might be an army desk, like from World War II, and they just auction. After the war, they had all this supply, all these, all this equipment that they didn't need, so they just sold it for pennies on the dollar. So somebody probably bought this big metal desk, steel with the leather top. That's the best part. This leather top. It's amazing. They probably didn't like that olive drab appearance, so they painted it black. And I didn't pay much for this. I got this whole desk at a used furniture store, and I think it was like I think it was either $10 or $30. I can't. It's one of those. It was not more than 30 because I wouldn't have bought it, but it was something like that. Hopefully today will be a good day. Well, let's hope so. Clinking the mugs. All right. So yeah, and I've had this desk for about 35 years. Keep it 35 more if I'm alive, God willing, because nothing wrong with it. Just keep it oil the wheels on it. And it has these pullouts, these panels that pull out, and you can rest things on it. I could do that here, but I'd probably reach over and knock it over. I've broken too many glasses doing that. Beautiful glasses too, that Schlitz glass. Oh, it was disgusting. I went to grab stuff off this desk here, where my left hand is, and I just like hit the glass on accident, and I knocked it over, and I put it back upright. I was like, whoo, save that glass. And then I knocked it over again a few minutes later and broke it. I said, look at this here. All right. This smells like mezcal, just agave nectar. I was at a grocery store yesterday, and they had agave nectar on the shelf, on the top shelf. It was sweetener, very expensive. I was like, why would somebody buy that stuff? It's exorbitant price. Is an exorbitant price. But maybe they can't have sugar, but they can have agave nectar for sweetener. I don't know the answer, but Maxwell says, good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, Maxwell, in the Russian Federation. Old Pirate Bourbon says, cheers, bourbon community and friends. Cheers to you. I got bourbon coming up. September is going to be rye whiskey, but not the whole month. It's not going to take me a month to go through the rye whiskeys I have. I have a good amount. I got this new to me, not new. It's been around since 2017, so it's 7 years old. But it's called Ezra Brooks. That's right. Ezra Brooks 80 proof straight rye. And I got it for cheap. I found it. I just ran across it at a store. I'll explain that later. That was a great find. And never saw it before and never seen it since. I think it's only sold on the export market now, like overseas. They replaced it largely with a new 99 proof Ezra Brooks rye, which I never see that. Really, not really. Maybe at Star Liquor Store in the 7-year old Ezra 7-year rye, but I liked it a lot. My friend David thought it was just so average, but he drank two servings of it in one gulp. I said, yeah, you don't like it, huh? That's why you're drinking all my stuff. you've kept the same bottle for 7 years, or it's a 7 year. No. It came out 7 years ago. It was introduced 7 years ago. I've only had the bottle since like around January. So introduced in 2013 and 2016, these two introduced in 2013. So it's been on the market 11 years. It's been on the market 8 years. You've kept, oh, I see. Yeah. So, all right. I have some bottles I've had that long, I think, or close to it. Okay. So this smells like regular old agave. Same thing. So aroma, nah, this one's a little more funky fermented stuff. So they don't smell the same, but they have the same general characteristic. Taste time. Cheers to the morning. Then I got to go clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, scrub the bathtub with the Comet. All right. Just tastes like agave. Tastes like tequila. Is there any smoke? I'm glad you caught it live, Alex. If there's smoke, there isn't much. It's like a background flavor of roasted, like something's roasted, you know. It's confusing a little bit. All right, over here. Cheers. There's no hint of smoke here. So this one has a hint. Well, the website says that. Look at the Xicaru website. It says a hint of smoke. And they're right about that, a hint of it. So you say, I want a smoky mezcal. Well, don't buy Xicaru. It's subtly smoky, and that might be too strong of a description. But Luminar, yeah, I'm a big fan of smoky too, but these won't present that. This is just agave nectar, you know. Agave nectar. So I'm saying this is the Luminar, but I better take a second sip to be sure, because I'd like to finish with 100% correct. 100% correct score on this series, because I haven't gotten it wrong yet. Yeah. It's almost completely not smoky versus totally not smoky. Score. Yeah, I'd put them in the A range, like 93. Because my score goes like 60 to 69 is a D. It's bad and you should never buy it. But you could drink it, but you would hate it because it's horrible. Below 60, you can't drink. It'll make you sick. It's rancid, or it's undrinkable. Have I ever found any products that were an F? Yeah, a handful, but it was very rare. The beer was rancid. It made me sick. I drank like 4 ounces. I was throwing up and feeling sick for a day. It was like poison. So leave it to Dorgnacks. They leave stuff on the shelf forever. Now, the distributors are supposed to protect you from that. The distributors, they're always saying, oh, we need the 3-tier system because distributors will ensure quality. Oh, really? Is that why I find out-of-date beer on the shelf like every day that I look for beer? Okay, yeah, sure. That's just propaganda to keep their monopoly. Not good for some of these brands. Now, a C would be 70 to 79 in my scale. I'm trying to make it simple, It's okay, but you'd never want to drink it because it's not good. It's just okay. I'm starting to think that this new Schlitz is that way. I drank 2 yesterday, and I was like, man, I don't know about this stuff. Oh, man. I got a bad feeling. And then I'm going to go revisit the Pabst Blue Ribbon, I think, next. The new one from City Brewing. You can tell it's the new one because it's got a thick cardboard carton. It's in a thick 12-ounce carton. 12-pack carton of 12-ounce bottles. It's thick. Like the cardboard is thick, and it says La Crosse, Wisconsin. But I don't know. I think Pabst might have made a mistake, but they were so angry at Molson Coors, who was brewing their stuff at the Miller breweries, Texas and Milwaukee, that they and Albany, Georgia, that they wanted to break away from them. That's fine, but how's that going to help you if people don't like the products? You know, if you ruin all the products, I don't know. Whew. A B is good. A B 80 to 89. It's good. B minus, pretty good. You know, sort of good. B good. B plus, very good. Do I find a lot of B plus beers? Yeah, all the time. Simple. Just randomly buy beer, usually a B plus or better. A is excellent. 90 or above, excellent. A minus, you know, it's getting into excellent. It's not quite totally excellent, but it's getting into that. That'd be 90 to 92. 90 to 92. 93 to 97 is most excellent. 93 to 97 in my rating scale is most excellent. It's like really good. Really good. These are really good. They're strange, a bit strange, but strange does not equate to bad. Now, yeah, let's. Herbie in India says good morning. So I got America, India, Russia watching. Outstanding would be 98 to 100. 98 to 100. A plus. That's a rarity. I find beers like that, but not too much. Have I ever found a liquor that was an A plus? I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about that right now. I don't think I have. Could be wrong, but I'm thinking about all the times I tried liquor, you know, blended whiskey, Canadian or American or Irish or Scotch or Japanese, bourbon, straight or otherwise, rye whiskey, brandy, rum, single malt Scotch, even. Tequila, mezcal. I don't think I've had an A plus yet. You say, well, you bought Johnny Walker Blue Label. I know, and that scored a 95. That's a problem, isn't it? I paid A plus prices, or even world class. World class would be above 100. It's better than perfect. I've had maybe 5 beers like that. I think maybe I've had 5. The chances of finding one of those is basically impossible. You're just not going to find stuff like that. But it's possible, but it's basically impossible. It's like you went to the casino twice in 1 year and you hit the jackpot on a slot machine. I mean, it could happen, but the probability is so low that in a practical sense, there is no chance. Or basically no chance, or no realistic chance, which is what you find with 100 or above 100, but they exist, but they're rare. So liquor, the best liquors I've had are A, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, something like that. But I don't think I've ever gotten a 98 yet. Schlitz isn't that it used to be. You mean Schlitz isn't what it used to be? No, it isn't. I've been looking for a hazmat and bourbon 100 plus proof. Oh no. I don't know if you'll find that. That would be extreme barrel proof. I don't like those kind of things. They're too strong to me. Somebody wanted me to try Elijah Craig barrel proof, and I tried it at the Knights of Columbus Hall, and I thought, he's like, isn't it awesome? I said, not for me. It's too strong. I don't like it. And then he was angry, like, oh, you don't know bourbon and all of this stuff. And I said, Jared, people like different things, you know. You want to drink it, drink it. Drink all that high proof stuff. Super proof. It's not my taste, okay? I'm more of an 80 proof guy. I'd rather stuff be 80 proof. And then some people ridicule me for that. 80 proof, you don't know, bourbon. I said, oh, okay. But yeah, that Johnny Walker Blue Label was $229 plus tax. $229. Oh, I'm sorry, $226. Sorry, $226. And it only scored a 95. Think about that. These two are scoring 93. And they $28.99, $29.99. So somebody got ripped off, and it wasn't Johnny Walker. I feel like Rolling Rock and PBR aren't what they used to be. Well, I agree. Rolling Rock is not what it used to be. Rolling Rock used to be bad, in my opinion, or not good. Back in 97 up to 2006, I thought Rolling Rock had a chalky mouthfeel, like a chalky undertaste, or feeling to it. It's like chalky. I was like, what is this? I didn't like it. I would buy it because I wanted to collect all the, because they'd always change the bottles and cans about every 3 or 4 years. They keep changing the bottles and cans. So I'd get them so I could keep it just to see how they changed. But I didn't care for it. Now, after Anheuser-Busch bought it, it got better. Now, that's just my opinion. It got better. Like all that chalkiness was gone. And other people, they say, oh, no, they ruined it. They ruined it. Well, maybe they like chalk. Maybe the people enjoyed the chalk. I don't. So to me, they improved it. Like you said, it all depends on the person drinking what you like and drinking how you like to drink it. Right. I thought it was actually better before. See what I mean? Now, some people are fanatics. They're sick. They're maniacs. Could be about politics, religion, beer, wine, liquor. No, it doesn't matter the subject. Sports, look at sports. That's what I call them, fans. They're fanatics. But you can't talk to people like that. Not in any reasonable way and make sense. Because like with beer, they got these definitive ideas, or mezcal, and they cannot look at things in an abstract manner. They just cannot. They have no ability to do that. And they'll have these definitive ideas about beer, like beer is like this. And if you disagree with them, but they're crazy. Like on Facebook, they like to be on Facebook showing their beer all the time. They want everybody to see, look what I'm drinking, look what I'm drinking, look what I'm drinking, look at me, me. Everything's about me, me. Like Keith Richards said, he had a bad case of the me's. Talking about Brian Jones, he had a bad case of the me's. Everything was about me. And you tell the person, well, you're trying to be polite. It's like, well, I don't think it's really that good. Oh, well, you're just an idiot. They don't want to be your friend. I don't like you. I'll block you. Like that's doing something for me. Like that's going to teach me a lesson. It does teach me things about you and your mental, sort of like mental illness, really. But same thing with politics, fanatics. And it'd be like, well, I'm a liberal Democrat. And I say, okay, I don't agree with that, but that's what you want to believe. I don't care. It doesn't make any difference to me. I just won't vote that way, but they can't handle it. I don't like you. But they were bragging on my video. Now they'll brag on, I have had people in the past writing comments on my videos. Oh man, great review as always. Great review as always. And then they'll find out that I don't agree with them on politics. Quit alcohol eggs, unfriend me on Facebook, never comment again. I'm like, man, you thought it was Baby Cry. That's not the name of my channel, Baby Cry. It's Louisiana Beer Reviews is the main theme, but I do other stuff. It's not Baby Cry. And I guess they were confused. They thought their channel was called Baby Cry, because to me, that's Baby Cry. You want to be somebody's best friend. You're their best friend in the world. And you bragging on their channel, and then you find out they don't agree with you on politics, and now you don't like them. That, to me, that's like a sickness. That's a mental illness. Do I have friends that have left-wing ideas? Yeah. Do I agree with those ideas? No. Do I hate the person now? No. I just don't agree with them. I don't agree. I have people that are friends of mine that have, to me, bizarre or terrible ideas about religion. Do I verbally attack the person and call them a stupid idiot, moron, communist, maniac, devil, reprobate, scumbag? No. I just be thinking, like, but I don't tell them anything. I don't agree with it. If they broach a topic to me, I'm not going to say to be nice. I don't do that. I don't play phoniness. I don't do phoniness like, oh yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know. I just be like, really? But these people are reasonable too. They're like, well, we don't agree. Okay, drop it or pursue it. I don't mind. Pursue it. You can come at me with all of that, but I'm going to fight back. But it could still just be friends, Politics is all BS. I feel politics is not BS. That politics is a legitimate subject. It's like religion. It's a legitimate subject. No, the BS is the people who discuss it. They cannot handle it. And if you notice, there's a lot of people on Facebook. I use Facebook because that's the common social media. They love to start fires, but they can't stand heat. And I couldn't understand that. You go around they'll put like inflammatory posts. Like they obviously want somebody to look at it. And they obviously want comments. But then they get angry if you don't agree. So I tell them, I say, you like to start fires, but you can't stand heat. And then they might come back at me and say, what about you? I say, yeah, I can start fires, but I can stand the heat. My channel, I offer 30 minutes uninterrupted. If you've got a problem with what I'm saying, you can come on my channel uninterrupted, 30 minutes and state your case. Now that's a bargain. That's the best bargain on the internet. Uninterrupted 30 minutes. You got to use your real face. Can't use an alias. You're all brave about politics or religion. Well, if you're that brave, then come on with your real face and your real name and do your show. Of course, there'll be a rebuttal. And that's probably why they won't come on, because they know the rebuttal could be a problem. But it's all in good nature. It's not a hostile thing, but it's offered. It's offered. One guy was going to come. Somebody did approach me about founders back in 2019. I don't like what you said about founders, and I'm going to take you up on that challenge. I want to come on your channel 30 minutes uninterrupted. I said, okay, let's set up the time and the place. We'll do it. I said, obviously, we got to work around our schedules because you have a job, I have a job, got to work it out. No response. I guess he thought I was playing a game. I wasn't playing a game. No response. But he passed the opportunity, might have been a lady, passed up the opportunity. Well, maybe they made the right decision, come to think of it. That's what I love about you, Jay. Oh, thank you, Alex. So anyway, try to be fair, fair and balanced. Haha. You should debate Vosh Hassan Abi over politics. I don't know who that is. Never heard the name. Craftertastic, but I would do it. But what if we agree? Well, he might agree with me 100%. It'd be nothing to debate, right? All right. Well, we've gone on long enough, and these guys seem to just go on and on unchallenged. Well, that's a problem. You see, some people got a problem. They'll spout politics all day, talking all day long, but you can't disagree. They'll block you. Like if you make I don't mean an ugly comment like you're a toad or you're stupid, shut up, or a cursing, swear words. I'm not talking about that. It could be somebody saying, well, look, I don't agree, and here's why. They'll block them. Now, once you do that, we got a problem. You need to join the National Socialist German Workers' Party or the Soviet Union, which you need to join. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Oh, hello, Jean-Pierre. Now, he's a perfect example. Do we agree on politics? Not too much. Are we enemies because of that? No. Because we can look at things in perspective. Important point. So that's the lesson of today. Don't be a fanatic. Okay, hello, Jean. Good morning. All right, so y'all take care. I think I'm gonna come back later today, right? Like in about 3 hours for getting into the rye whiskey. That's gonna be so exciting because I love rye whiskey. That's my favorite type of liquor, I think. My favorite type, rye. Why ask why? Just say rye. All right, bye-bye, everybody.